Welcome to this edition of the Art Bulletin. It's our second day in KwaZulu-Natal, and today we're coming to you from the Smangaliso Wetland Park, where we're about to go on the Santa Lucia boat cruise. My name is Tumi Sedumedi, and as always, we appreciate you staying with us. Entries for the prestigious Samro Hubert van der Spey competition, which is now in its fourth year, are open. Candidates are going to have to compete in 4 categories: piano, strings, woodwinds and brass instruments, and other instruments.
This year, the Samro Hubert van der Spey competition will celebrate its 26th year, and the call for entries is open for all young South African music students who play various different instruments. The cut-off date is the 18th of April. And the age of students could be anything from 5 years till 13 years old. The categories are basically for piano, for woodwind and brass instruments. There's also a section called strings. There's another section called other instruments, which include the harp, the guitar, etc. So it's a wide range of instruments.
If you are into movies, documentaries and short films that are just extraordinary, you should consider checking out the X-Fest Film Festival. The gathering kicked off in Cape Town last week and is coming to the Bioscope in Maboneng Precinct in Johannesburg next week.
Film lovers will get a chance to watch the much-anticipated and controversial documentary As the Palaces Burn, a film that started out looking at popular American heavy metal band Lamb of God, their music and fans. Other films and documentaries are Blood Tokoloshi, Dawn of the Beast, and The March of the Gods, Botswana Metalheads. The X-Fest Film Festival kicked off in Cape Town on the 3rd and ends on the 6th at the Labia Theatre, and then moved to Joburg's The Bioscope from the 4th to the 7th, the 12th and the 1st of May 2014. This edition fuses with other Flame Drop movie events, the Sound on Screen Music Film Festival, the Daring Dockies Documentary Film Festival. Cape Town tickets cost 40 Rand, while Joburg tickets go for 45 Rand, and no under 16s are allowed.
Endrun Tabele and Senzo Shabangu's collaboration focuses on the dreams that are sold to the men and women of this country. The two zoom in on the effect of being in the city of Johannesburg. The exhibition ends on the 18th of May at the Stop Sign Art Gallery.
Well, the other side of Josie exposes the inner city of Johannesburg and how the people within the inner city live, especially those who live in those old derelict buildings, those who live in poverty around the inner city. So it's a process of walking around, seeing an interesting figure or subject matter, and I take a photo of it. The photographs, I put it onto canvas, and that's how I start my painting process. The message I'm bringing across is the social inequalities within Johannesburg as a whole, well, especially within the inner city, because my work is a form of social commentary.
Little Shop of Horrors tells the story of a sales clerk in Lower Manhattan who achieves fame and fortune through the discovery of an exotic plant. This is narrated through a Greek hip soul chorus at the Crawford College in Johannesburg.
So Little Shop of Horrors has been in the making since around July last year, when we started to hunt around for a show to do, and both my co-director Matt Cunahan and I, we went hunting and we came across Little Shop and we thought it would be perfect.
This is the first big show that Crawford has done in a long time, Crawford Santon, and I think it's a massive honor, and especially, you know, when you hear the idea of Little Shop of Horrors, you think, oh, school can't pull that off, but really it's astounding how we've been able to pull off the set, everything. It means so much to us, and especially to get the lead roles, it's been a dream.
We've been practicing for about 7 months or
7.
so. I think, a lot of people would say that it's quite tedious to stay at school until 8:30, which is nothing compared to a major production outside of school. But it's not, because we're so passionate about it and because we love it so much that it's almost like a blessing to be here.
Last month, Maria Fidel Rigueiros of Room Gallery in Braamfontein attended a program for Gallery Start in Sao Paulo in Brazil. This month, she'll be part of a curatorial team set to attend the Glasgow Festival of Contemporary Art, funded by Avanza in partnership with the British Council's Connect ZA.
What I gained is an understanding also of the funding terrain of similar to us, as room spaces, and of course a network that I sincerely hope I will have the opportunity to explore in future in terms of collaboration with artists and spaces, that there is this crossover, and exchange in content. The Glasgow International Festival, which is funded by collaboration between Vanza and the British Council, and more specifically Connect ZA, will be attended by 6 curators from South Africa, among which will be Jacob Lebeko, Amy Watson, Nomazulu Taukubong, Francesca Varga, and Sinetemba Twalo, as well as myself.
The best of the best in the Afrikaans recording industry will gather on the 13th of April for the Guma Afrikaans Music Awards. The 2014 leg will take place at Carnival City with performances by Elvis Blue, Kurt Dern, and a host of other musicians.
We started the Gumas back in 2012. Together with Cakenet, Jacaranda FM and Rapport. And the reason being there wasn't an independent awards ceremony, or project at least, for Afrikaans artists and Afrikaans music. And that's why we decided there really is a dire need for that within the music industry. And that's when we fronted the whole event. And it's 3 years old now. We've achieved tremendous success over the past 3 years. We're really looking forward to this year's Gumas because it really invests so much into the music industry and invests a lot into some of the newcomers, for instance, becoming breakout stars out of the Gumas. We've had that situation in the past. So yeah, the Gumas is so important for the music industry and for the artists and the record labels, I think. On Sunday, the 13th of April is going to be something out of this world, spectacular. We've got some of the biggest names in the Afrikaans music industry appearing.
From Ezenvelo, KZN Wildlife's Mangaliso Wetland Park, that's how we come to the end of today's Art Bulletin. You can check them out by visiting www.kznwildlife.com. You can contact us by emailing theartbulletin@sabc.co.za. We are also on Facebook, or you can follow us on Twitter. Until next time, it's a goodbye from us.
SABC News plays a critical role in providing unbiased and reliable news. We have a well-established reputation of uncovering, reporting and delivering news. A significant growth in popularity of our news demonstrates the demand for our news content. We continue to provide unrivaled coverage of vital events in and out of the country. Wherever the news is happening, we'll be there to bring them to you at the right time. No one has the news covered like SABC News. We lead and they follow. SABC News, Africa's news leader.
Zoom into Africa. This is the Republic of Congo. The president is Mr. Denis Sassou Nguesso, got independent from France on 15th August in 1960. The population is more than 4 million people. One of the major languages spoken is French. Monetary unit is CFA.
They found that Cape Town is the best run metro in the whole of the country.
What steps will you take to protect communities from the kind of police brutality?
When I am the mayor, I won't take the R1 million salary.
You guys all look the same. None of you should be trusted.
Catch the election debates on SAFM, SABC News Channel and SABC 1, Sundays at 6 p.m.